If you're a real estate agent and you're not using Google the right way in 2026, you're literally handing business to your local competition, in fact, probably even national competition. And I'm not just talking about running ads like Google PPC, Google AdWords, or having a website. I'm talking about the entire Google ecosystem. Most agents don't even know what they're missing, and that's okay. That's why I'm here. I want to break it down for you right now. I'm Tristan Ahumada. I've been in the real estate business here for 22 years as a real estate agent, CEO and co-founder of Lab Code Agents, the founder of Y Realty, co-founder of Y Realty, and I'm a coach through our own coaching company called A Brilliant Tribe. I practice all of this stuff daily through my team. And now I want to bring it to you because I want you to change. I want you to grow. I want you to pay attention to all of this because it matters. And I don't want you to be left behind because we have these big companies coming after us. So I'm telling you this because I want to share with you what you need to do to absolutely dominate. This isn't in theory. It's what actually works. So let's start with the most important free tool that Google gives you. Your Google Business Profile. This is your digital storefront. When someone searches real estate agent near me, or best realtor in your city, whatever that is, your Google Business Profile is what determines whether you show up in those top 3 results on the map, or whether you're invisible. Now, there are some nuances here, but 46% of all Google searches have local intent, and that matters. That means that almost half the people searching on Google right now are looking for something local. Remember that, because that hopefully motivates you to start showing up in a more niched fashion and not be so scared. And if your profile is not fully optimized, you're not even in the conversation. Here's what you need to do. So grab a pen, paper. If you're watching this, slow it down. I want you to actually do this. I have this whole outline for you. If you need it, message me on Instagram and I'll send it to you. Now, I've gotten a little faster. I have help. So now it's not just me messaging you on Instagram. It's some of my team as well. But fill out every single field. That's going to be key to this. Don't leave any empty. Your categories, your hours, your service areas, your description, all of that on your Google Business Profile. And upload fresh photos every week. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, I would say every day, but every week is fine. Post updates to your profile at least once a week. Market updates, just listed properties, open houses, community events, all of that. And here's the big one, reviews. You need reviews. Google uses them as a primary ranking signal. Yeah, crazy, right? And I recommend at least 50 reviews if you're in a smaller market and over 100 if you're in a competitive metro area. Now, I have problems because I had a Google business page and it got deleted. We had 200 plus reviews on it. I'm in LA, so now we're working up to redo it. It may happen to some of you too. So if it does, there are a couple of companies out there that may be able to help. One of them is Optimize 5. You can check them out on your own. I have no relation to them. Here's the most important part that people miss when it comes to Google. Google's AI actually reads the words inside your reviews. We're like, Tristan, of course. I'm like, no, but let's think about this. Think about why that's important. When a client writes, helped us buy our first home in Santa Monica, that's 10 times more valuable than someone just writing, great agent. So I need you to coach your clients to include those details because that's what Google searches for. Now, here's something that's also important that most agents have no idea about or don't know fully. Google AI overviews. You're like, okay, I've seen those, Tristan, but what is it? When someone Googles something like, what's the best neighborhood in Calabasas? Google now generates an AI answer at the top of the page before any website results because they're trying to compete with ChatGPT, and it's working because now Gemini is in the top 20 of most visited websites in the world. ChatGPT is still number 5. But the fact that it's in the top 20 means, wait a second, people aren't going outside to ChatGPT or Claude because they feel like Google is doing now an okay job. Over 60% of Google searches now end without a single click. That's a big number. And that's because people get their answer right there at the top. So if your content isn't structured to be pulled into AI, the way AI loves to grab answers, well, you don't exist. And that is becoming a serious problem. That's why we talked about AEO and GEO yesterday. This is called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO, and it's different from traditional SEO. Instead of just ranking on the page, you need to be that answer that AI cites. The way you do this is by creating question and answer content on your website. So FAQ, frequently asked questions, and I want those answers structured in a certain way with bullet points, and it has to be on your website. So write a blog post that directly answers questions that buyers in your areas have. And you're like, I don't know where to start, Tristan. Well, go to one of your AI buddies, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, doesn't matter, and say, hey, I live in this area. Can you find the typical questions that a seller would have in my area? And so you'll have a list of them. Now start answering those questions in the form of blogs. And I would challenge you too to do it in the form of video. Buyers, sellers, they all have questions. What are they? Make them local. Use structured data on your site so that Google's AI knows exactly what to pull. Now, I want you to write at a conversation AI level and publish original local market data as well. So like monthly market reports, neighborhood comparisons, what's this versus this, price trends. AI systems, they love original data because it signals authority, because they're looking at other places and they're like, wait a second, we just crawled all this area for what this person's looking for. I can't find anything except this one thing. And that makes you the authority. So start thinking about that. Now, let's talk about YouTube. Most agents completely forget that YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So second most visited website in the world. And it's owned by Google. Obviously, your YouTube video feed, it directly ties to the Google search results and into AI recommendations through Gemini. And you'll also see Claude sometimes pull from it, and also you'll see ChatGPT pull from it sometimes. Now, they also pull from Instagram and other places, but the fact is, YouTube is the place to be when it comes to actual video content. And I know that some of you saying, well, Tristan, I really want to do YouTube this year, but I don't know where to start. I would suggest that you start the same place I tell everybody else to start and say, hey, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, give me some ideas of where to start a YouTube channel, how to start a YouTube channel based on the things that I already show up talking about, local to my area. So if you're not on YouTube, you're leaving one of the most powerful discovery tools on the table. Film neighborhood tours, do weekly market updates, create educational content for buyers and sellers, show people how it is to live where you live, and use your YouTube shorts, because those shorts, those video feeds, they feed into Google's discovery and all of that search. And then guess what? It gets fed into the people looking. When you title your videos with the keywords people are actually searching for and write detailed descriptions with location names, Google indexes that content and it shows up in a lot of places. Now, Google Gemini is Google's AI assistant, and it integrates with everything: Gmail, Calendar, G Drive, YouTube, search maps. You should be using Gemini every day to draft listing descriptions, create marketing copy, plan your business strategy, translate materials, and ask for simplification of contracts. Just make sure you're reading the contracts, right? But generate content ideas for social media. AI drafts and you personalize. That's the key. That's the formula. I want you to understand something bigger that ties all of this together. When someone asks ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity, who's the best real estate agent in your city? That AI looks at the entire internet to decide who to recommend. It looks at your Google reviews. It looks at whether your business information is consistent across all platforms. It looks at your website content, your YouTube videos, your social media presence, mentions of you in news articles and industry publications. All of those signals add up. Your goal is to build such a strong digital footprint across Google's ecosystem that AI has no choice but to recommend you. Now, here's your weekly game plan, or at least this week's game plan, or maybe even your quarterly game plan, right? Post at least one update to your Google business profile, just one. Publish one piece of original content on your website, on the blog side, right? Upload one video to your YouTube channel. But you're like, Tristan, I suck at video. I'm like, listen, just shoot one. And if you need help, I've got a company that helps you. You still have to shoot the video, but they'll give you the script, they'll edit, they'll do all the heavy lifting except showing up and doing the actual recording. Ask for and respond to reviews. Ask for reviews from your friends, from people that really haven't closed with you. If you're looking to start your business and grow, don't have them lie. Just say, hey, look, if you ever bought real estate, would you buy with me? Could you give me a review on that? If I ever buy real estate in Santa Monica, I would definitely use Tristan because he's blah, 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 blah. Like that. Right? So get creative. Now, engage on social media with content tied to your local market. That's important too. And make sure your business information is consistent everywhere. Google isn't one thing. It's the front door, the showroom, the referral source, and the intelligence hub for your entire business. The agent who uses it as an ecosystem where their business profile feeds their local SEO, their YouTube, and the YouTube powers AI overviews, their reviews build authority, and their data drives all of these decisions. Those are agents who are going to dominate. And we're starting to see it happen now. So tech should amplify the relationship that you have, not replace it. We're not saying, hey, look, step out, let AI take over, let all of these tools. No, no, no. You're very much integrated into all this. This is never going to stop being a relationship business. Use every tool Google gives you so that when someone in your community needs a real estate agent, you're not just an option. You're the obvious choice. And what happens is when they say, hey, please go use Joe. Joe's amazing here locally. They're going to be like, oh, Joe, okay, cool. Let me Google him. Let me go on ChatGPT. Let me go on Gemini and find Joe. Oh, yeah, Joe's really good. I like Joe. That's what it's about. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.